Alright, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are on a roll here. Another update. I think third one in 3.5 weeks. Another collection update. We're continuing the haul from Germany and some stuff that was bought here already in Estonia. We're gonna have obscure merch, traditional merch, CDs and vinyl. A lot of bands with hard names, in my opinion. But yeah, we're drinking this today. Carl Friedrich, product of Saku, one of the two biggest breweries that produce mass beer here in Estonia. We had the kvass here. Kvass is a fermented breaded drink, not alcoholic, from this brand. It was very good. Not a fan of this because it's like mass produced, but it's very popular right now. I've noticed over these it become very popular, and Finns started to buy it instead of regular Saku and regular Alikok, which is the second biggest brewery in Estonia. This is a sub brand of Saku. Why I bought this, they did the lager thing. Now since it became more and more popular, they started to release flavors, let's put it like this. So this is Märzen. They released also a Czech lager, a twist on Czech lager, and Stark beer, I think, which is 6% of alcohol, and it's light beer, like, you know, it's the color of Pilsner, but the volume of alcohol is high. So this is Märzen. Usually I like Märzen, craft one or fresh from the brewery. But we're gonna give it a try. Like I said, it became very popular with Finnish friends here. I see them buy it all the time. Okay. So yeah, very productive month in terms of updates. Let's take a look at the can one more time. Very traditional looking stuff here. 5% of alcohol, and it's a pint. Alright, the color actually looks right for Märzen. Should be like a little bit amber. Cheers. You can feel the mass-produced stuff. Anyway, you have a taste, it feels like Märzen, but then it kind of dissolves in your mouth. Any fucking how. Let's roll. Voila, the obscure merch. I wasn't kidding when I was saying we're gonna have obscure stuff. So this is the Nebran from Germany, established in 2019. They had a split with Zmirna, which we had on this channel in 2022. This is a one-man project. He only has one full-length album. The album is called Of Long Forgotten Times, released also in 2022. I've checked that album out because I have never heard of this project before. So what can I say? Long tracks, very long tracks, and the most interesting part about this project is the devastating vocals it has on those tracks. Very atmospheric, very, very emotional. And the instrumental passages that he has there, they kind of remind me of a little bit of a medieval touch. So there you go. Burn Your Local Church from Nebran. Black metal from Germany. Check it out. Maybe one day we'll have it on the channel, especially if he has a split with Zmirna. One more time. And like I said, devastating vocals, maybe that's why the news here. So there is a little bit of touch of DSBM there, maybe, at least in vocal parts. A little cool little gimmick here. So yeah, from Germany. Alright, let's not stop, let's immediately go to the second merch. This is already a traditional merch item. And it's also from Germany. Let me see if I can get the fucking shirt up. Okay, it's a t-shirt, and it's from, as you can see here, the print, it's from Totenwache, We had Satanachia on the channel before in one of the older videos. It's a band from Germany, established in 2017. Also, they have a one full-length album released in 2019, Der Schwarze Hort. We had it. I think we had one of the EPs present on the channel. Purity Through Fire released it. Let's take a look at the beautiful back here of the shirt. There you go. This is, I think, the main stealer here with crows and stuff like that. Musically, this is a riffy yet rough sounding black metal with a lot of memorable melodies. Like when you listen to it, it definitely has a lot of stuff to offer. It's on the faster pace of things. And the most interesting thing that I've always noticed about this band is the fact that when you listen to them, you can definitely for sure feel the Finnish influences. The sound is inspired by Finnish black metal for sure. Check it out if you like it. You know what I mean. It's kind of fast. It's kind of riffy. So that's Satanachia for you. Yeah, check it out. Amazing shirt. Also, again, thanks to my German friend for this stuff. All right, now we're going into regular stuff. CDs and vinyl. Cheers. First day of autumn, by the way, right? 1st of September. It's coming on 1st of September. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah. So, I went to a concert. A lot of you probably seen the video, or if you haven't seen the video, check the last two videos out. One is a full-on tape update, another one is concert footage from this band. They played with Vericcasta, by the way. Unfortunately, Vericcasta didn't have any merch with them, at least I didn't see. I took this specific album, this specific EP. Of course, I'm talking about Azazel, 1992, Finland. First of all, if you watch the footage, I want to say that the guy was drunk, but he was not completely drunk. He performed, let's put it like this, he performed good. Considering the level of intoxication, everything was good. I think Vericcasta didn't drink at all. At least I saw him running around with a bottle of water and some yogurt, I think. The drummer of Azazel was absolutely top-notch, by the way. So it was a good concert. You can check out the footage. Classic shit here. 1996 EP. I think it's the first one. By Azazel, The Rite of Satanachia. Of course, let's talk a little bit about meaning of Satanachia. Maybe somebody don't know. The name is taken from Grand Grimoria, which is a book. I think it translates to Red Dragon. And it's a book that, it's an old book, but there's no consensus on the date on which it was written. Some say it was written in 1521, and other people say it's more likely 1750, so it's still is an old book. Yeah, and it's about black magic, and Satanachia is a commander-in-chief in Satan's army in that book. He commands 45 legions of demons. So yeah, Rite of Satanachia. A lot of people hate it. I don't mind it. Consider when you listen to it that it was released in 1996, first of all, before you hate it. I can, the bad maybe thing, not bad, but I'm gonna put it like this. The intro and the outro tracks here are overwhelming for me. They kind of don't do anything. That's the problem, in my opinion, with this EP. Sound-wise, it's straightforward, old-school black metal. In my opinion, very on the raw side of things. Maybe there's some influences that are taken from Dark Throne, as I can remember when I listened to it. It's raw and it's very minimalistic. It has its charm. I understand when people say it's not something that, you know, you remember the band by, especially when I heard that the band released the new album, and the new album is actually like top notch. Maybe one day I'll get it. I had a chance to get it on the concert, but I was more interested in, you know, at least for now, in their, let's put it like this, classic stuff. You can see everything that's going on here. The flames, the spikes, the leather, the upside down crosses and stuff like that. So it's raw, primitive, it's not lo-fi, the quality is pretty good. It's a classic black metal of those times. Like I said, again, when you listen to this, you have to consider the fact that it was released in 1996. It's pretty old and, you know. But yeah, Azazel, the Rite of Satanachia. Good stuff here. Now we're gonna look into the vinyl, and oh my god, and this is where the things get harder. So we need to take a sip of beer. Hope you're enjoying your autumn. Well, it's just started, but I'm hoping it's gonna be a good autumn for you. A good autumn for me. At least I'm planning to visit at least 2 gigs in September. One is gonna be ambient. And another one is going to be a band from Japan. I think we're gonna visit a band from Japan. But yeah, the next one, I apologize immediately. It's going to be hard to pronounce those names. I don't know. I understand that maybe there's a tradition, maybe there's a cultural thing, maybe there's other stuff why you would call your bands like that. But, you know, it's getting more and more harder. 10-inch. Surprise, I think the first 10-inch that we ever had on this channel. Released on Amor Fati, so you know it's going to be a little bit of atmospheric stuff here. It's a Danish split, by the way. So, 2 bands, 2 tracks. Band 1, band 2. Speaking about the hard names, let me show you. It's either Danish or it's Icelandic, the names. Even Google Translate couldn't translate it. So, an interesting kind of voidy cover. Yeah, let's start with this one. Actually, let me put this down. There is a inner sheet here. Let's take a look. Maybe it will, yeah. So we're starting off with this one. This is Ivy Gas Untergangas. Mamma mia. Established in 2018. Like I said, the Danish band. So this one, each band here has a track. Approximately 10 minutes each, let's put it like this. I'm not gonna go into details, like 8 minutes or whatever. 10 minutes each. So this is a somber, melodic. It starts with almost somber, melodic, acoustic kind of passage that rips into raw black metal. But yet that raw black metal has a lot of atmosphere in it, and it has a lot of melodic parts in it. So they kind of try to spice up this whole raw, in some places, a little bit of a lo-fi fucking thing with atmosphere. So if you're into that, you should check this Danish band out. Ivy Gas Untergangas. Now the second band, I think for me was more interesting. The second band. Try saying this 10 times. I have no idea how it pronounces. I tried Google Translate. It gave me something like Muspel Zimst. But if you read it, it's Muspel Zmirmst. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. I'm not gonna butcher it anymore. Again, kind of this voidy, kind of you're going into the void thing. So this band, uh, it already immediately has a little bit not more to offer, but a little bit more to offer for me because it sounds more interesting. It's fast, blasting black metal, but the most important part for me is that I can definitely, even if the tracks are long, but it still is fast paced. It for sure has Burzum aesthetic in it, 100%. I feel that aesthetic for sure. Thus, it became immediately more interesting for me. You can feel the hypnotic, repeating, repetitive, yet very memorable and melodic, like I said, hypnotic riffs on the background, which, you know, if you listen to Burzum, you know what I mean. I think he's the master of those kind of riffs that get into your head and they repeat and repeat, and you know what I mean. Comes on a black vinyl. I'm not gonna pull it out. I mean, like, here, it's black. Let's take a look at the side here. Side this band and side this band. So a very interesting kind of rawish yet atmospheric split between the two Danish bands, released on Amor Fati. Check it out if you're into this style. If you are maybe looking for something that has a little bit of Burzum aesthetics, a little bit of Burzum feel, check this band out. The descriptions are always in the links are always in the description below. By the way, there's also links or the name of what we're listening in the background. Today we're listening to Sargeist's latest album. So yeah, what I can say, but I only listened to those two bands on this split, so I don't know about their previous work. Maybe they sound completely different here, but I'm interested in this one. I'm gonna try maybe to pick something else by this one, but I'm first gonna pre-listen to their stuff to understand how right I was about the Burzum aesthetics. So there you go, Danish split. All right. Okay. Now we're moving on to. Well, since I told you that in the background we're listening to Sargeist, I guess let's return back to Finland, right? Let me get the CD out. There we go. Interesting stuff. And it smells. Immediately it smells. You know why? Because of this. Because the CD is actually, like, you know, drawn here. I'm gonna get back to it. So we have this one. This is a Vericcasta from Finland, established in 2024. Vericcasta translates to baptized in blood, for example. This is their debut 2024 EP, 5 tracks, 20 minutes long, and it's called Vericcasta, which is blood flow. I said it smells not in a bad way. It smells because it's an independent release. It's limited to only 100 copies. Immediately fierce, hostile, unique Finnish black metal sound. On the border of some parts that are sounding a bit like rock and rollish, black and rollish, I mean. Musically, it's professionally done, professionally crafted. Like I said, it's very pure, very Finnish sounding, and very intense. If you listen to this, you will maybe agree with me or maybe disagree with me, but I think it's possibly one of the best debut EPs, demos, or whatever that I've heard in a long time. So check this band out. Let's take a look at the CD. There you go. Like I said, this is painted, so it has a fresh smell of paint. I have a cassette there that I showed you before in one of the videos. It was Graveland. It was also released by a company who I think hand painted them or something like that. So it still has that smell, and I bought that cassette like 5 years ago. So this will also have that smell, just be warned. The problem with this, when they paint it like this, is you will notice that if it will play good, yeah? It will play good in the CD player. But if you leave it in the CD player, like you put it on not pause, but you stop it, you know? And you just leave it, and then you press play again, it won't play until you like reload, turn off, and turn back on the CD player. I'm guessing it's because of the paint. Yeah, here we go, and the back. What else can I say about this band? Of course, we can. It wouldn't be a channel without a history lesson. Cheers. Interestingly enough, there is some deep history behind this one. The cover is actually edited. So originally, this is a painting by Akseli Galenen Kalela. Oh, I think I'm gonna butcher the name of the painting. Lemminkainen's mother. The painting dates back to 1897. So the painting itself depicts a picture. It depicts a scene from Kalevala, which is a 19th century Finnish epic poetry compilation about local heroes, for example, and stuff like that. So on the original painting, we can see that the hero is dead. His mother recovers his body from the river here and sews it back together. So the body here is the original one. And his mother is sitting here and waiting for a bee. And the bee is a messenger of Ukko, which is a god of thunder and harvest. And the bee is supposed to bring the honey to the mother to revive the son. Of course, so let me tell you, this is original, the body is original, the pentagram is not original, I think this stuff here is not original, and of course the goat is not original. So this is a kind of a twisted twist, let's put it like this, a twisted twist on the resurrection. Of course, a little bit of satanic stuff here. The goat is probably not trying to revive him, but trying to kill him or ritualize him even more. So yeah, there you go. A really interesting twist. Of course, you have to know this, or you have to research this to find it out. So again, Finnish black metal reigns in supremacy. Check it out. Vericcasta from Finland. Oh, okay, we got one more. Cheers. I remember my dad said, never leave an empty glass on the table. It's like for bad luck or something like that. I don't know. Superstitious people. But yeah, we're gonna follow it since we only have like half left. So yeah, Carl Frederick Mertzen, where was the Saku logo? Yeah, here you go. Like I said, Saku and Alikok are the biggest mass breweries in Estonia. As you can see, it dates back to 1822. So yeah, well, at least the can has some aesthetic to it as well. Some traditional kind of thing. Okay, okay, let's go. The last one. Also a CD. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, there we go. So Sweden. So we're moving across the pond from Finland. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. Arshmu or Arshmu. You figure it out. I'm gonna put it in the description, but I'm gonna go with Arshmu. It's actually ARS space HMU. So we're gonna go like this. 2 words. So from Sweden, established roughly in 2012. Interesting fact about this one, the first demo came out in 2012 when it was established. Then the only release they had was a full length that came out in 2022. So they had a 10-year gap. 10-year gap between the demo and the release of this full-length album. The album is called Empire of Impurity. Let's take a look at the back here. Some macabre drawings here. I don't remember. Do we have? Yeah, we have something cool inside as well. So just the texts. Again, some kind of medieval feel to it. So this is atmospheric black metal. And the most interesting part about this one is the keyboards, I think, because the keyboards, they mix things up and they actually bring some avant-garde feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, in my humble opinion, the keyboards are the main part because, like I said, there is a twist. They spice things up a little bit. Why do I say it? Because the release itself only has 4 tracks, and they're over 10 minutes long each. So they are reaching for this dark, grim, cold, frosty, almost suffocating atmosphere on this release. And they kind of actually succeed in it. Another thing that is interesting is the end of the album, because they have this long ambient track. And what I found very interesting for me was that the track kind of feels very, very a little bit of cosmic stuff there, yeah. But what it feels like is, I don't know if it will make sense to you, but it feels more naturey. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not nature in a dark way, yeah. It's kind of like the sun is rising. You know, it's kind of more of a uplifting end to the album, when everything else was kind of like very deep and atmospheric, and very, like I said, grim and suffocating. Maybe a little bit suffocating atmosphere. But the end is kind of like, the end gives you hope for something. You know, that's my opinion. Even though the track is ambient. So yeah, this is Arms Hmu from Sweden, Empire of Impurity. Good stuff here, an interesting release. Go check it out. So generally today we had a lot of obscure stuff, in my opinion. Maybe not a lot of people are familiar with this stuff, but I think it still was a good update, especially when we're moving on this such fast-paced, right? Well, the beer was average, but yeah, cheers. All right, I'm not gonna keep you waiting. I'll see you when I'll see you this time. What I can say is that, of course, a politically incorrect one is going to come out in October. At the end of October, it's, I think, 5 items for sure. 5 items for sure. Maybe a little bit more. I know you don't like the longer updates, considering the views, but we're gonna see. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. Enjoy the September. The golden autumn is coming. And yeah, as usual, think for yourself, stay frosty, and stay fucking black metal. I'll see you.